the Committee on Trade, Industry and Tourism has pledged tax waivers to boost private sector growth and job creation. Tax break for multinational companies have sparked controversy, notably in the last parliament when the minority opposed a $350 million waiver proposed by the previous government. However, during a visit to Zonda, Ghana Committee Chair Alexander Gabi Hotowozi said the committee stands ready to back the private sector in line with the government job creation agenda.
Parliament has selected, we are to oversight whatever we do. And we have the recognition that the private sector is the engine of growth. So Parliament of Ghana always tries to encourage the private sector to do well. That is the more reason why the Parliamentary Select Committee on Trade, Industry and Tourism is always encouraged to visit the various factories and industries to acquaint themselves with the problem that they go through, what they do, and what we as Parliament can do to support you. We always support industries that abide by our laws. We always support industries that contribute meaningfully to our GDP, and we always respect industries that make sure that a lot of our people are engaged. Here we are. We don't know the challenges you go through anyway. But whatever you tell us, that will position us to give you a lot of support as parliamentary as a parliamentary committee. Whatever you tell us, we'll be able to help you. Because we have heard good news about you, our eyes will continue to be on you. We will pay you visits from time to time so that we'll be very, very conversant with your operations and whatever we will do to support in the form of tax release and others. We'll be ready to champion your cause on the floor of Parliament. And because we want to encourage companies that are doing well to expand so that they can employ a lot of our people. You know, the idle hand is a tool for the devil. So if your youth are there and they are not getting work to do, they'll be tempted to embark upon armed robbery and other things. Yes. So we want to encourage these companies that are doing well. Our leader in Parliament is solidly behind us. This morning we had a chat and he encouraged us that we'll be going around during these holidays, we'll be going around, we'll visit those serious-minded companies, encourage them so that they will expand and absorb a lot of people, of our people to work in them.
Well, the Chief Executive Officer of Zanda, Yang, has also pledged to support the women empowerment agenda by offering more job opportunities to women.
For me, myself, because I am a lady, echoing our chairman's encouragement, and I also want to focus on the point of women empowerment. You see, our Ghanaian ladies, I learned 51% are female. That is why I think by becoming an entrepreneur in Ghana, we can also erect a spirit in Ghana for women's entrepreneurship and advocating for more jobs for women. I encourage more female to join Zonda. You can come to Zonda. I can personally train them. You know, by training them, it's not only by training them in technology. Technology is only one aspect of life. I can train them spiritually, how to become a strong woman in the family, to fight the husband financially. No, how to become a good help to the husband financially. So, all in all, I want to thank our committee for visiting Zonda.
And of course, President Mahama has revealed that 90,000 people applied for the 1 million coders program within 48 hours of its launch, signaling the overwhelming demand for job opportunity among Ghanaian youth. Now, speaking at official launch in Accra, he announced a decentralized rollout with training set to take place in information and community centers across district, municipalities, and metropolitan areas. The initiative is a key part of government contract with Ghanaians and a major campaign promise he pledged to fulfill within his first 120 days in office. Maswala Gbagba has more. All right. Before we bring you that coldest story from President Mahama, let me quickly touch base with Honorable Alexander Gabi Okutukuzi. He's the chair of the Trade and Industry Committee. Honorable, so this waiver that you may extend to businesses, in what form will it take? Knowing the history the NDC had with waivers before Parliament in the last Parliament.
Good afternoon, or good evening, and good evening to your cherished listeners. I think I earlier explained this thing to James. When I say we'll help them with some tax release and others, it doesn't necessarily mean that we'll just be granting tax waivers just like that. The tax, definitely, because we stood against the $350 million, it doesn't mean they will not just grant tax waivers in this country again. But it must be regulated in such a way that nobody suspects anything. You understand? So my argument is yes, government will still be doing these things for companies to grow and give employment to our people. But it must be done in a regulated manner. And that one, I can assure you, the NDC government create the continual atmosphere through some of these things, but it will be duly regulated.
Okay. So if I may ask, under what condition would a company, for example, qualify for tax waiver?
I think when you are coming to, maybe you want to expand your industry, and maybe you bring some items to support in doing so. The only way government can create a congenial atmosphere for you is to maybe waive the tax on some of these items so that you can bring them in their numbers and achieve that aim of expansion so that you can hook on a lot of our people in terms of job.
And these were the same conditions that the MPP used in granting tax waivers, and you had issues with it.
My brother, it is the same group of people who supported the tax waivers over the years. This is my third term in Parliament, but in a situation where the thing is becoming too much, where there is some level of chronism that is being identified, you need to hold back. Tax waivers, not for tax waivers' sake. It must be done in a regulatory manner.
So you say that under the MPP there will not be chronism?
You see what?
You say that under the NDC administration there will be no room for chronism in the granting of tax waivers.
Wait until we get there. I can assure you there will not be anything like that.
All right. Finally, in your rounds, what major challenge did you identify with the businesses that you visited?
Yeah, we went to only Zondatech.
Okay.
And we saw that they are actually doing very well. Now, when we went to where they are now trying to open a new factory for electric cars, we saw that there are a lot of slums around the place. Slums around the place, and it's not healthy.
Okay.
That is what we have realized. There are a lot of slums. My brother, if you see them, it's a problem. And I don't know how we can handle this. I think we must find a way of handling it. A lot of slums surrounding the place. And it doesn't make it good at all.
And is it in any way impacting on the work of Zonda, the slums?
Yeah, you know, when they want to develop further, there will be a problem. I foresee that. Because this is a factory that started in its own small way, but where they've got into now, you'll be proud of them. And when we go to the heavy equipment assembling point, I mean, it's so nice. And around that place, there are a lot of farms, my brother. And they are trying to establish an electric car manufacturing plant there. And with the slums, I think something must be done about it.
So I'm guessing this will be part of your recommendation to the plenary when the House is in session. By that time, I'm sure we would have visited.
Yeah, when the reports are put together, these were things I am not the only person who saw it.
Okay.
This was something that my other colleagues also complained about. And there are other things. I think they are doing well. We encourage them to open more branches so that they can employ a lot of our people. And we also use the opportunity to talk to our Ghanaian brothers there that they actually, the job exists. That is why they are also existing. If they don't handle the job as their own and attach much importance and the job is off, they will equally be off.
Right.
So they must learn to be loyal. They must learn to do the right thing. And we also warn the Chinese counterpart that more often than not, some of them think that they've given a job to our people, so they manhandle them. They do all kinds of. They don't respect them in any way.
Right.
That must stop. We will not allow them to do that to our people. They must respect our people. They must do, because they are in their own land. They are on their own land. They must respect them. They must do everything so that there will be coexistence and harmony at the way place.
All right. Honorable, thank you so much. And I'm guessing that you also visit Ghanaian industries as well in these rounds that you are undertaking.
We do.
Okay.
We do. Thank you very much.
And that's the chairman of the Trade and Industry Committee of Parliament, Honorable Gami Otuwoze, of course.